Where are they? What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Marley coming to you with another video. Here to give my quick review on The Batman. Now, I just actually came out from watching it not so long ago. I went to the 10 a.m. showing and damn, 3 hours got out and it was already lunchtime. It's pretty crazy. And I actually got some merch too from my theater. This is actually a pretty dope bucket. I love the color scheme from this whole marketing. I love the black and the red. Red's my favorite color, so I'm like, I had to get this. It's pretty cool. And I actually got this cup too. Pretty amazing. It looks just like a tombstone, and the bat symbol is right on top. And it's actually pretty heavy. So yeah, make sure y'all get some merch from your guys' theaters because, I mean, this is what we do, people. Now with that out of the way, let's talk about the Batman. I had to put my trusty hat on just for this. First off, I would like to say that The Batman was actually a really good movie. I love the storytelling aspect of it. I know a lot of people have compared it to the movie Seven, which I have yet to see. But it's my understanding it's like a detective movie. And yeah, in this movie, that's what you get. You get Batman trying to solve this case, trying to solve this mystery of who the Riddler is and and obviously his main goal. And so I love that aspect of it. It's a 3 hour runtime, and for at least 2 hours, like, I was easily invested into this movie just for that fact. And so this is second year Batman, already filled with his like first main task. And yeah, I thought Robert Pattinson, his Bruce Wayne slash Batman, did an amazing job of trying to uncover this mystery. As I mentioned, this is Batman's second year. I loved how it was grounded, how he felt grounded. I love how he was smart and, in solving this. And there was also some things he had, questions about. So a few times in the movie, he would actually question something that Jim Gordon was saying, or even Selena Kyle was saying. And I actually felt that, because I'm like, okay, like obviously he's Batman, but like, he's human too. Like I said, he's grounded. And so I love the little aspect of him asking questions too when trying to think of what's going on. Also love the character of Selena Kyle. I thought she had the most emotional weight. Well, Bruce Wayne had the most emotional weight because, as I said, he's in year two, so he's still, suffering from his trauma of losing his parents. But we know who Batman is. We know that character, even if it's from the comics, like we know how he is. And so brought onto screen, Selena Kyle, I love that character. I loved what she brought to the table. Falcone is her father in this movie, and he doesn't know, and that's something that she's holding on to. And so as the mystery is getting solved, she goes out to kill Falcone, and she tells him that that's her father, and that, her mother was killed, which he actually killed her. And so her trying to do that, trying to kill him because of all the suffering that he's done to her, like, I felt that, and she brought that to life in her acting in this movie. Like I said, I felt it, and yeah, it was a good portrayal of that character. Another standout to me was also Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon. I love Jeffrey Wright in anything he's in. He's just an amazing actor. And so yeah, once I heard the casting of him as Jim Gordon, I was like, that's perfect, Basically, when you think of Jeffrey Wright as an actor, he's gonna deliver, and he did as Jim Gordon. I actually loved the chemistry between he and Bruce Wayne. Like I said, that this Batman is in his second year, and so obviously they had those 2 years for him to meet Gordon and have this chemistry. So in this movie, you feel it. You feel like they've been working for a long time. You feel that they've been partners for a while. Because yeah, it's brought to life on the screen. But yeah, the main villain of this movie is the Riddler, and I thought he did a pretty good job of it. I love his motives, and to me, it's actually pretty crazy that he didn't know that Batman was Bruce Wayne. For a moment too, I'm like, oh, he discovered who Batman is, but he didn't. And so yeah, I understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to show all these liars, trying to show that these people in Gotham are corrupted, all these political figures. And, That's kind of like any main villain's story or grounded story, and it's really nothing we haven't seen before. So I understood the assignment, and yeah, like the way he portrayed that character was it was good. I dug it, I enjoyed it, and he did a good job with it. And there were also some other villains that had a part in this movie, like the Penguin. This is before his rise. I still can't believe it was actually Colin Farrell in that whole makeup. Like when I heard he was cast as the Penguin, I was like, okay, that's pretty good casting because Colin Farrell, he's a really, really, really good actor. But I'm like, is he gonna gain weight for the role? But no, like they gave him a bunch of prosthetics, they gave him like a fat suit, and yeah, a bunch of makeup, and I thought he did a pretty good job with it. Um, when he talks, I'm like, okay, like I can hear you, Colin. But for the most part, yeah, like he did a good job with it. I love how out kind of outgoing he was, and yeah, I mean, he did an amazing job, and I can't wait to see what they do with his character in the HBO Max spinoff that I heard that they announced. And Falcone was a good villain. He was kind of like lurking in the shadows. He was the rat, and I can't remember the actor's name, but I just remember him the most from the Transformer movies. And so it's kind of hard to like not think of him from the Transformers movies. But in this movie, I let it go past me, and yeah, I love what he did here with Falcone. I thought he gave a good performance, and yeah, he was the rat in this movie, and he did a good job. And I love where they had that character in the story. But the biggest problem to me is that I feel like this is something we've already seen before. Like I said, this movie was good. I loved how it was planned out. I love how it played out, and all the actors did a fantastic job with their characters. Like literally no complaints about any of this movie. Just the fact that it feels like it's nothing we haven't already seen before. Like Christopher Nolan's Batman with Christian Bale, like they did do some detective work in those movies, but not to extent as this one. Which this one worked. I like I said, it actually had me interested in it, and the 3 hour runtime, um, it kind of went by fast because I was so invested in it. But we've already seen that, and there's actually an interrogation scene with Batman and the Riddler, and when Batman starts getting angrier, his tone shifts, and I'm not gonna lie, it almost sounded like Christian Bale's Batman. And so I'm like, okay, that's another like similarity. There's actually a shot in the trailer where a bunch of people are shooting at Batman, and like it's the camera is widened out, and so you see them shooting at Batman, and like they're just bouncing off his chest. And so I'm like, oh, like that scene's basically from The Dark Knight Rises. And there was also another scene where I seen a lot of people on YouTube and even on my social media that said that that car chase was, amazing. And I can't lie, I actually got chills when the engine started going off. I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna go down. Just the sound of that engine was just badass. The car is badass, the Batmobile. And yeah, like I was so hyped for it. But I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't that all great as everyone is making it seem to be. I personally love the car chase in Batman versus Superman, right before Batman meets Superman. Like I thought that whole scene was more epic. It's kind of nothing we've already seen before, and that's basically any movie. Just like the Spider-Man movies. There's or like No Way Home. There's things here and there from Toby's universe and from Andrew's universe, and not because they were in that movie. I'm just saying, like in previous movies too, like they all kind of carry little things here and there into their own movies. And like I said, nothing wrong with that. It's just to me, it's Batman. I was just like, it was a good movie, but it's nothing I haven't already seen before. So that's where I stand with it. But like I said, it's a good movie. Everyone did a fantastic job. I feel for sure like that kind of towards the end could have been cut off at least 10 or 15 minutes, because right after he was stopped, then it kind of kept going with, they're gonna water down the whole Gotham City, which by the way, like I understand, you know, it's in the comics. That's Batman saves Gotham City, but like, man, this in this movie, like everyone talks bad about Gotham City. It's almost like Batman. Why do you even have to save the city? You know, but I mean, yeah. So the Riddler, you know, he drowns Gotham City, not completely, but you know what I'm trying to say. And they go into Gotham Square Garden or something like that, Madison Square Garden ripoff, and so where the mayor's at, and basically the Riddler had like a bunch of goons that he live streamed. They had like 500 followers or whatever, and all those like followers showed up to the garden, and you know they set an attack on the mayor, which she did get shot, but she survived. And I was like, that was I feel like that was a bit unnecessary, but I mean for the plot for the story, I mean I guess it made sense. But other than that, as I just mentioned, again, it was good. The movie could have been just 10 to 15 minutes shorter. Everyone gave out fantastic performances. And save for the post credits, it's just a little website that you can actually access, but it's still kind of cool to see it on the big screen. But before we end it, I would like to talk about the scene before the credits roll. It's the Joker. The Joker is returning. um, I don't know much of that actor. I'm just gonna say Barry because I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I've only seen him in the Eternals as Druig, and you know he's kind of like low and mellow, and so for him to be casted as the Joker, you'll see it in the scene right before the credits roll. But yeah, for Matt Reeves to officially confirm that he is the Joker, I'm like, I wonder how that's gonna work out. Granted, a lot of people didn't think Heath Ledger's Joker would work out, but and obviously it was legendary. But for the fact that even like in real life, that's kind of his personality, where he's kind of like just low tone, mellow, and in that scene, him acting as the Joker, I didn't get a sense that he was a Joker other than the two like lines that he gave. He had mentioned it's a bad joke and you look like and basically you look like a clown or something. But he mentioned joke and clown. And so I'm like, oh, it's a Joker. And if that wasn't enough, then it was his laugh at the end, which I felt was how do you say it? I felt it was forced. And we'll see how it goes, but yeah, I'm not too sure how I feel about that actor playing the Joker, because to me the Joker has always been, you know, like outgoing. Even if there were like a bad portrayal like Jared Leto's Joker, you know, at least he felt like he was out there. You felt like, oh yeah, that's the Joker, you know. But yeah, I mean, we'll see with Matt Reeves. He's a really good director, and I can't wait to see what he does with the next Batman movie and how he finishes this trilogy. But that is it, everybody. Those are my quick thoughts. That is my quick review on the Batman. But the question is, what did you guys think about it? Where does this movie land on your guys' Batman all-time favorite list? What did you guys think of Robert Pattinson as the Batman? Drop down in the comments. Let me know. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.